Ladies and gentlemen, we have the latest outrage, and this time it is coming from Minnesota's Democrat Attorney General Keith Ellison. Have you seen this? He went on the news, went on the mainstream media, and compared President Trump's rightful call-out of the massive Somali fraud scheme. He is comparing his reaction to the illegals that are existing in Little Somalia in Minnesota. He's calling it the Third Reich. He's comparing Trump's administration to the Third Reich. Yes, he's calling fraud fighters and ICE. He's calling them Nazis now. Of course, this is not something I am surprised about, but take a look at this.
We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Let them go back to where they came from.
What is your response to that kind of language from the president?
It reminds me of Third Reich type language. It's reminiscent of Nazis talking about poisoning the blood, calling people human garbage. It's just disgusting, and it leads invariably to tragic, horrible outcomes. In Rwanda, where there was a genocide, it was preceded by rhetoric calling people cockroaches. Whenever the most powerful man in the world is using his pulpit to dehumanize Americans, this is a very concerning, tragic moment. And we have to all denounce it and say no to it, because these things have a very, very bad history when we allow this kind of language to just go unaddressed.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Attorney General for the state of Minnesota, and his deflection is about as pathetic as it gets. I mean, he's trying to smear anyone who dares question the billions stolen from hardworking Americans through scams like Feeding Our Future and, a whole litany of other scams. We don't even know how deep it goes, but what a complete joke. So pointing out theft from taxpayers makes you Hitler? Spare me. This is the desperate playbook of a guy whose state's been turned into a fraud haven under his watch, and he knows it, and I am pretty certain that he could be complicit in all of it. But let's back up to the real story here, because Trump is not wrong. This is happening, and ICE, fortunately, is on the ground cleaning up the mess in Minneapolis. Take a look at this. This is a view from Minneapolis. Listen.
This week, the Department of Homeland Security's Operation Metro Surge hits the Twin Cities. The agency announcing ICE arrested 12 of the worst of the worst. Among them, this man, 46-year-old Abdul Qadir Sharif Abdi, who DHS describes as a current gang member.
How would you describe him?
I would describe Abdi as the friendliest guy that I know. He was very welcoming to me.
Corey says she met Abdi at an addiction recovery meeting in 2016. Once they started that journey, they turned to working towards helping others achieve sobriety.
I wanted to change, and Abdi showed me proof that that was possible.
Court documents show Abdi came to the United States from Somalia as a refugee in 1996. He faced deportation multiple times, convicted of stealing a vehicle, shoplifting, and other offenses between 1999 and 2006. Each time he was ultimately released, given deportation to Somalia was not reasonably foreseeable at the time.
Wait, so let's get this straight. They're spinning up sob stories now about this Somali community leader with a laundry list of arrests, car theft, shoplifting. The whole works. And he's being portrayed as a sobriety saint. Come on. This is the fraud factory Tim Walz enabled, with fake nonprofits and welfare grabs draining billions. And, I am kind of sick of this. I don't think we need any more propaganda for these criminals. Deportations are ramping up for a reason, as they should be. But speaking of ICE in action, we love to see it. Check out what's happening on the ground in the Twin Cities. This happened in Rochester, Minnesota. There's tons of people posting these TikToks. I think they're trying to, maybe appeal to the public to try to show how bad this is. But as you know, 70% of Americans agree with what ICE is doing. But check it out.
Leave him alone. You guys cannot do that. That's illegal. Call 911. Call 911. They're doing kidnapping.
They're doing kidnapping. Oh, no. It's illegal.
Leave him alone.
Give me a break.
Smile me, sir. Smile me, ma'am.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Get him out.
You guys are doing kidnapping. Kidnapping. This is called kidnapping. Kidnapping. This is kidnapping.
No, it's called We Don't Want Illegals in Our Country Stealing Billions.
This is called kidnapping.
Absolutely incredible. Federal agents loading up Somali gang members and scammers into vans during Operation Metro Surge. Let's go. I love that name. While a bystander yells about kidnapping. Okay, listen, that is not kidnapping. That's accountability. Long overdue. These folks ignored deportation for years, terrorizing streets under Walz and Mayor Frey's his blind eye. And it's no wonder why the state is crumbling. Complicit leadership at its finest. Secretary Noem's approach, straight results, no excuses, get them out, protect the people. The invasion mindset doesn't stop at borders, though it's seeping into our schools now. I want you to check this out. Up in Vermont, a public district in Winooski, I believe is how you say it, just raised the Somali flag like it's their turf. Take a look at this. This is what's going on. All these people simping for Somalia because they want to pretend like what Donald Trump is what he is doing is somehow harsh. It's illegal. It's unprecedented. But of course, that's not true. This is what happened over there in Vermont. Yes, the Somali flag raised high where the American flag should be. This happened, kids standing under a foreign banner on American soil. Pledging to what? Not the flag our veterans fought for, that's certain. This is conquest by inches. Invaders are shaping our institutions while we foot the bill. We just saw it in Minnesota. We need to defund these districts immediately. Federal dollars should not bankroll enemy symbols. It's the United States flag or nothing. Meanwhile, the chaos is spilling over to Illinois as well, where a simple Department of Homeland Security raid turns into a circus. This one is a wild one. Take a look at this.
You will be held accountable for your actions. You will be held accountable for your actions.
You're on Maple.
SRT, let's move. Go back, go back. Attack the agents! Do not attack the agents! I'm trying to help!
Anti-ICE protesters waving Mexican flags, blocking agents from deporting illegals. Foreign banners in the heartland obstructing federal law. I mean, it's crazy. It's absurd. And, you know, these people need to be arrested. Agents, these federal agents, let them do their job without Soros-funded interference. Real Americans are tired of paying for sanctuary delusions that protect the wrong people. But all of this is very interesting. It's very disheartening to see. But it is pretty apparent that all roads lead back to the ringleaders like Ilhan Omar and her network. Take a look at this. It's very interesting to see how well connected and how much influence she has or had, still has, over what is happening in our country.
I think she knows much more about all of this than she's let on the whole time. As you allude to, she has plenty of associates, close friends, allies who were enriching themselves off of $250 million defrauded from one program alone, maybe $1 billion in the state. And this is money that would have gone to children being fed, the homeless being housed, and did not. That's what the compassion adds up to. But the fact is that a lot of people were making a ton of money off of this, and she just wants to lay it off on someone else. But ma'am, you're in charge. You're in charge of the district. You're in charge of making federal law and should be interested in checking where federal money is going, especially when it's supposed to go to the compassionate services that you're supposed to be all about. But that's not the situation here. And I think it's true for Tim Walz as well as Keith Ellison, who's on audio, on tape, saying to the folks who defrauded Feeding Our Future, saying, I'll help you out with this. Let's get you out of this investigation. Like, these people were in on it.
That is absolutely correct. You know, Ilhan Omar wants to go on the news and she wants to cry about ICE going into her neighborhoods, ICE flooding into all of these communities. Well, she only has herself to blame. She pushed the policies that flooded the gates. fundraised at the scam spots, and even employed a convicted fraudster. How much did she know? Plenty, it seems. This isn't just coincidence. It's a pattern of exploitation. The GOP oversight needs to haul her in ASAP. America's no ATM for third world schemes. Picture this. 2 apples on the table. One rotten with fraud and disloyalty. 50% odds it's tied to this crowd. Would you risk it? No. You'd toss it back where it came from. And that's what Donald Trump's team is doing, systematically removing the threats one operation at a time. And when the left claims immigrants built this nation, ask the follow-up. From where? The scammers importing chaos or the Europeans who assimilated and strengthened it? History is clear, and our pre-1965 laws enforced it for good reason. We've got an administration that finally understands the stakes. No more deflections like Ellison's no foreign flags in classrooms. No riot shielding thieves. Our founders built this on hard work and unity, not handouts to invaders or smears against truth tellers. Audit the enablers, deport the fraudsters, reclaim what's ours. And I don't know about you, but that's the clarity we need. And did you catch Trump's latest on True Social? I mean, it was fantastic. He says these fraud empires in places like Minnesota, we're dismantling them. Border secure, justice served, America first. The left created the mess. We're cleaning it up. Fear not, these radicals won't derail us. Our country is in capable hands. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. But until then, I'll see you on the next one.